Hello and welcome back to the Design Den. So today we are doing a fall living room transformation. As you can see, it's time for an upgrade, y'all. You know we like to change things, and I teach you how to take your dingy apartment and then turn it into something amazing. So today we are doing the fall living room transformation. Stick with me all the way to the end, because you already know the deal. You already know what's in store. You already know what's about to happen. Stay tuned, guys. Now let's jump right into today's video, y'all. So this is a brief overview of what my living room looks like. It's not too bad, not too shabby, but the fall is coming, the weather is changing, and that's my fur baby right there, y'all. And I decided that I wanted to do something fresh, clean, and light for the fall. So we are about to transform this entire living room and get it ready for the fall. Now, right here on this side of the wall, y'all, where y'all see those holes right there, I did have previous shelves up, but I took them down. These are the items that we're using to redo this living room, y'all. These are things that I already had, such as paint, drop cloth, a leveler, so forth and so on. Now, y'all know with any redo of a project, you have to start with the basics, which is remove every item that you have, get everything out of the space that you possibly can, so that you can see what you're working with, so you can see how much space you're working with, so you can see which items you're going to keep in the space, which items you are going to let go and move to another space. Yeah, that's basically it. You just want to remove all of the items out of your space. That includes pictures, that includes pillows, that includes just about everything that you had from the previous design. You want to remove it so that you can watch the transformation happen in real time. So now I'm just getting down to the bones of this entire project. I am removing old screws, old nails, any old hardware, socket covers, you name it. I'm removing it all because I decided that I finally wanted to paint this wall right here. Actually, there are 3 walls that I'm going to paint today because I have enough paint to complete all 3 walls. So now I'm just removing the nails that I had holding the previous artwork up so that we can get this transformation going. Now, if you're really hands-on the way I am when designing spaces, you learn a lot of tips and a lot of little tricks that you can do to maneuver and make your space come to life. Here I am just removing the sound bar from off the wall. It tried to give me a little problems, y'all, but that's only because I couldn't see where the screws were. But once I got it together, I got it off the wall. It wasn't no problem. I always get asked this question about my television cords. As you can see, I'm taking them from behind the television. When your TV is not in use and you don't have the outlet in the wall that is designed for the television, again, when your TV is not in use, you can simply just wrap those cords up and hang them on the back of the television so that they're not visible. As you can see, that's me and my baby. I couldn't remove this TV by myself. It was just a tad bit too heavy. So, of course, I had to call in the reinforcements, y'all. So here we are, removing the television off the wall and trying to do it safely and effectively so that we can finish this project and take it to the next level. Yes, I'm operating with limited space, so all of the items that I am using in this video, I had to simply push in the hallway because I didn't have any space to put them anywhere else. So don't come for me in the comments talking about what is all that mess. This is the tool that I am using. There is a certain bracket that goes on the wall when you are installing and mounting your television. It's some kind of ratchet. I don't know the size. I'm not good with the 3/8 and 3/4 or whatever that terminology that they use. I just know that it fit the screw. So here I am, taking the piece for the wall unit off the wall. Again, I don't have a man at home, so I had to learn how to be creative and do things on my own. So using this socket really helped me to be able to get this piece up on the wall that supports the bracket for the back of the television. Now guys, I always stress the importance of using what you already have. So I am about to roll this rug up because I am going to reuse it. Yes, I am in the process of saving my little coins so that I can purchase me a new rug. But for right now, I'm going to use what I got until I get what I need. Now, this is the wall where the television and the TV mount was hung. It's a little crusty, a little busted, but you know, we're gonna make it do what it do. We still have to remove the fireplace from the wall, but so far we are making slow and steady progress. We got additional holes in the opposite wall that the pictures were hung on. Again, in a previous video, I showed y'all that I was not painting that wall because I knew the pictures were going to cover the wall. So let's just continue on with the process. Here we have to move everything out. So again, I am moving my flowers. I'm a plant mama. Love them. Love, love, love my plants. Don't play about my plants. So I'm just moving the plants out of the space to get it prepared for the transformation. So guys, in some of my videos, I always get asked, what is that running water? It's a fountain. I have had this fountain for many, many years. I absolutely love my Tranquility fountain, and I believe that my plants love it too. So that's the water that you hear running sometimes in my videos. It's from this fountain right here. It is extremely heavy, so of course I had to do my best to maneuver it out of the space so that we can get this space clean, painted, and the holes repaired. This hallway was an absolute mess, but it turned out perfect for me because it was an excellent drop space so that I can get this project completed. Now here I am just removing the fireplace from the wall. It was really easy to remove, y'all. It was just simple 2 screws on the side, and I was able to pop the face of it off, being very gentle and delicate because it is like glass, like some kind of glass fixture, and I didn't want to break it, so I'm just being very careful. It has a piece that you attach, so here I am just detaching the piece that turns the fireplace on, that gives it that little flicker and that glow. Trying my best not to break the glass. Good Lord. Once I got the front face of the fireplace off, I went and got me a little sandwich bag because I do want to use this fireplace again in the future for future projects, and I don't want to lose any of the pieces. So here I am. I just got me a little sandwich baggie, and I'm just putting all of the little rock pieces and the screws and everything that goes to this fireplace in one spot, so when I go to reuse the fireplace again, I'll know exactly where everything is. Staying organized is key when designing any space, y'all. If you plan on reusing them items again, keep all of your items together so that in the future you'll know where everything is. So when you get ready to go and reuse the stuff again, you'll have everything that you need. Here I am again, guys, calling in reinforcements. Yes, I stand corrected. I do have a man in the household. This is the only man in the household, and I needed his help. He wasn't too thrilled about it because he wanted to finish playing his game, but he came in and saved the day and helped mommy get this stuff up off the wall. So again, here we are removing the fireplace from the wall. 2 little screws, y'all. It was so easy to get this fireplace up on the wall and to remove the fireplace from the wall. So after I removed everything from off of the wall, here's what the wall looked like. It was crusty and busted, but we got solutions for all of that, guys. Stick with me all the way to the end because you're going to be surprised about this transformation. Now, y'all know I couldn't do a video without cleaning something. So here I am just cleaning, removing any residue from the drywall crumbs, as I call them. And I'm just sweeping this area, getting it prepared for some dry decks and paint. Now guys, this is called a living room refresh for a reason. And the main reason is because we are cleansing, we are detoxing the space, and we are trying to transform this space and make it come alive. So here I am just removing the cushions. Again, this is the Lola sofa from American Signature Furniture. The sofa is absolutely beautiful. It's stunning. It's machine washable. All of the pillow covers can be removed and thrown in the washing machine using a mild detergent. I mean, the sofa is just chef's kiss. But anyway, here I am just removing the covers, and I'm going to put everything in the washing machine, vacuum out the couch cushions. I did scrub those cushions a little bit a few weeks ago, so I'm not going to scrub the cushions right now. I'm just focusing on removing the covers and washing the covers because they need it, you know, with all the traffic and everybody sitting on the covers. You know, if you know, you know. So this is a detergent that I'm using, and no, this is not sponsored by Tide, but I'm using the Free and Clear Tide because I find that sometimes the residue from the detergent can get on your fabrics, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to use the Free and Clear today to make sure that my couch cushions get nice and clean and fresh. If you're going to go, you might as well go all the way in. Yes, I decided to take my curtains down and give them a little wash too because, you know, over time, dust, pollen, all kinds of dirt and dander, dirt and dust from outside comes in your windows, and it does adhere to your curtains. So already having the pets, I try my best to make sure that I remove as much dust, dirt, pollen, dander, anything that I can to keep, you know, my curtains looking good and the whole living room just feeling fresh and alive. Now here comes the star of the show. Y'all know how I feel about dry decks, yes. And no, this video is not sponsored, but dry decks is my go-to for patching holes, for just getting the job done, y'all. It's a lightweight spackling that you can use to cover up holes. It goes on pink, but it does dry clear. It dries white, so it won't stay pink on the walls, guys. It turns white as it begins to dry. It dries quickly. It's easy to sand, and it just takes the guesswork out of everything. So if you have holes and you are in an apartment and you're a renter, I suggest that you use the dry decks. You will not be disappointed. So guys, after I got all of the dry decks up on the wall, covering up all the holes, here's what the walls look like. As you can see, they are turning from the dark pink to a lighter pink to white. That is a sign that the dry decks is drying, so it's all coming together, y'all. Guys, if you are enjoying this video, please do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know down in the comments what kind of spackling or paste that you use to cover up the holes in your walls. Hello guys, so today we are back. This is day 2 of our living room refresh video. I just wanted to sit and chit chat with you guys for a minute and just let you know that sometimes when you're not in a position to move and just upright relocate due to certain situations or circumstances, it's okay. It's okay. Sometimes you gotta work with the tools that you got. Sometimes you just gotta be uncomfortable until you can get comfortable. We are going to reconfigure this entire living room. And the whole concept of this video is to show you that you can take a space that you're already in and transform it. For me personally, I love for my space to always feel like it's new. So I make a lot of changes to my small dingy apartment because I love the new feeling. I noticed that once you change some items in your space or just rearrange your furniture or just move items from one place to another, it changes the energy in the room. It makes it feel lighter. It makes it feel more alive. So we are in almost fall season, and it's time to transform this living room from our spring and airy feeling to our fall and festive time. So what I am doing is transforming my living room into a fall festive concept. Stay with me, y'all. I'm doing what I do with what I got. I did not buy anything new. I did not spend any money. I'm using what I already have. This whole video, the whole focus of this video is to pinpoint and show you how to transform small spaces using what you already have. I'm about to make it do what it do, and y'all not gonna believe the transformation afterwards. Stick with me all the way to the end. If you're enjoying this video, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's get back into it, y'all. Now, if you know, you know. Here I am with my Dollar Tree sander once again. I told y'all this sander is excellent for a lot of projects. It cost me $1.25 at the dollar store. If you have watched any of my videos, I swear by this little sander. This sander has been with me for a very long time. And when I say it gets the job done, it gets the job done. Y'all, I'm just sanding these walls and prepping them for the paint and getting ready to transform this living room and get this process started with the paint. Again, I am using items that I already have. If you have watched any of my previous videos, you see that I have used this sander on each and every project. So, enough ranting. If you are enjoying this video, please do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. So guys, here's what the space looked like once I finished painting. Everything is clean, everything is neat, everything is cohesive. Guys, just a quick tip. If you are a renter, keep your walls neutral. It saves you time. It keeps the space looking clean, neat, and much larger when you paint it brighter colors. And the most important fact is that you don't have to paint it back when you move. When you move your furniture, you change the energy. So here's a key tip, guys. Instead of running out to buy new items and new furniture, just simply redirect your furniture. Change the whole layout of your furniture. Move it from one place to another place. Move it from one wall to another wall if you need be. Again, this sofa was on the wall where the windows were, and I decided that I wanted to have more light and I wanted the space to feel more open and airy. So I am moving the furniture to the adjacent wall from the windows. As you can see here, guys, this is the adjacent wall that I was talking about. So now the furniture has been completely removed from in the front of the window to the adjacent wall facing the kitchen. Y'all, I'm probably the queen of the vacuum cleaner, but I got fur babies and I don't play that about cat dander, cat hair being everywhere. So if you have pets, do your due diligence. Run that vacuum often. And again, we are going into the fall season again, but there is still some residue of pollen and dust and dirt and just stuff everywhere. So make sure you thoroughly clean your floors with your vacuum cleaner, y'all. If you have carpet, it's just something that you have to do. You may not want to do it, but you need to do it. If not, you will be in sinus hell, I promise you. And if you have hardwood floors, I'm jealous. Lately, I have been trying to go chemical free. So in my little water bottle, it's just a solution of white vinegar and water. And I'm just wiping off the windowsill, tidying everything up with the other wall that I did not paint because it had a couple of scuffs and a little bit of dirt and debris on it. So here I am just wiping down the wall, making sure that it is clean so that it ties into the rest of the space. Again, I am a breast cancer survivor, so it's so important for me that I use items that are chemical free, just to, for safety measures, for safety reasons. I don't want to get sick again, so I try to use more healthy and more natural alternatives and cleaning my space and keeping it clean. And yes, the vinegar is strong, y'all, but when I tell you it disinfects everything, it disinfects everything. And no, the vinegar smell doesn't stay. It eventually fades away. But what you're left with is a clean space, a space that you don't have to be worried about as far as chemicals and all that other nonsense. And when I say you can use this vinegar and water solution for everything, you can use it for everything. I clean the windows with it. I clean the bathroom. I clean the kitchen. I clean everything with this simple solution of vinegar and water. Now, if you're anything like me, you know. I live in a crusty apartment and the windows do not open. They're stuck. I don't know if the previous renters painted the windows closed or whatever, but whatever the case is, I couldn't stand the fact that the windows were so filthy and so nasty on the outside. They had bird mess on them, all kinds of stuff. So I was trying to come up with a creative solution without falling out the damn window. Again, one of the windows open, but it was only minimal to a minimal height, and I still wasn't completely able to get the windows the way I wanted to. So here you see me just using, a little dollar store squeegee. But I came up with a more creative solution. I took the broom from the dollar store and a little squeegee. This is a little design hack, y'all. And here I am just cleaning the outside of my windows with that squeegee and that broom handle. And it was so much easier, y'all. Just look at it. You can now see the trees from outside, y'all. I was just so proud of myself with my little design hack. And yes, I know Amazon or one of those as seen on TV things have an actual tool that you can use to do this. But I had to get creative and use what I had, y'all. I wasn't ordering nothing new. I just decided to use what I had, and it still worked out perfect. You'd be so surprised at what collects so much dust and dirt, y'all. If you got light fixtures, get you some vinegar and water. Wipe them light fixtures off. I am so positive that if you have had light fixtures in your home for over 30 days and you ain't wiped them down with something, glass cleaner, water, soap and water, vinegar and water, any kind of solution, I promise you that they dusty. Even if you don't have carpet and you have hardwood floors, lights and all those things accumulate dirt and dust, just as the furniture, just as the walls, the windows, and the window treatments. De-dust your light fixtures, y'all. Wipe them light fixtures off. It's gonna make such a huge difference in your space, even the amount of light that you receive. So y'all, now that my pillow covers have dried, I am now restuffing the pillows, and I got a little hack that I wanted to show you. Remember, in this video, I always try to show you the tips and tricks that I use to make my living room space come alive, to make my space look more polished, more cohesive. And every item that I'm using is renter friendly, y'all. It's not, something that you have to run out and buy. You're using all the tools that you already have, all of the resources that you already have. Everything that I'm showing you is doable. It's not hard. It just takes a little bit of time and a little bit of patience. Now here's the hack that I wanted to show you. You see how this pillow looks all flat? It's full of down feathers, but it still seems a little bit flat, especially after you sit on it. It turns into like pancake, y'all. I'm not even gonna hold you. So no, we not going to just. That's what we're not going to do. We're not going to just let this pillow go flat, because every time you have guests, you'll find yourself fluffing the pillow and going through all those changes. So what you're going to do is take any old pillows that you have, and you're going to actually restuff this pillow with any extra pillows, any extra fabric you have, blankets, you name it. If you have an opening in your sofa with a zipper and you can overfill it, this is an excellent space saving hack. You can store extra pillows, extra decorative pillows, extra blankets, extra sheets, you name it. If you don't have the space, this is an excellent space saving tip. And not only that, guys, it makes the sofa look more fluffy, more expensive. And when your guests come and they sit on your sofa, it won't collapse and look like a pancake. So here is what the sofa looked like now. Once I have filled it with the pillows, it looks so much better. It looks so much more streamlined. It looks so much more high end. And all I did was add pillows. Now, here's the hack that I want to show you. You see how this pillow looks all flat? It's full of down feathers, but it still seems a little bit flat, especially after you sit on it. It turns into like pancake. So no, we're not going to just let this pillow go flat, because every time you have guests, you'll find yourself fluffing the pillow and going through all those changes. So what you're going to do is take any old pillows that you have, and you're going to actually restuff this pillow with any extra pillows, As I explained to you previously, you see that the dry decks is now turning white and the holes are dry. Now we just gonna sand these holes with my little handy dandy dollar store sander and close this project up and bring it to a finish. Now, because I was operating with limited space, y'all, I painted the adjacent wall from the sofa last because I didn't have space to move the furniture around anymore. And once I got the furniture set and situated in the proper space, I was able to finish painting the opposite wall. Now, if you watched any of my previous videos, you'll know that I always get a comment, what is that sound in the background that sounds like water running? Y'all, it's my little fountain. I have a tranquility fountain. I've had it for years. I absolutely love, love, love this fountain. It just brings a whole different vibe to the space, especially when you turn it on and you have your plants surrounding it. It is just so beautiful. And yes, I have to clean that as well, because what happens over time is the water creates this calcium buildup that turns the fountain white in certain spots. So here I am just using a little bit of bleach to get the calcium buildup off of the water fountain so that it can work properly, and it also will look absolutely stunning. So again, y'all, this is just my little water fountain, and it does what it does, and I absolutely love it. I bought this water fountain many years ago from Home Depot. Now, I'm not sure if Home Depot still sells the fountains, but they have so many different websites that you can go on now. I will try to leave a link in the description box below of these websites that have these beautiful fountains. And here's what it looks like once I place the plants back next to the fountain. Again, you can't hear the fountain running, y'all, because I have the sound edited. But when I tell you, it is so relaxing and so tranquil. Again, we have my curtains. They are already hung. And look at my fur baby. He's just so fat and lazy. Okay, y'all, so we are almost at the finish line. We have our walls painted, sanded and painted. We got our curtains hung. We got our pillows back in the pillowcases where they belong. I gave you the little hack on what to do with your extra pillows. If you don't have any storage like I do, the problem I have is I don't have any storage. So I use the pillows and I insert the extra pillows inside to give them a little bit of extra fluff. So that's just what that was about. We are almost at the finish line. So if you're enjoying this video, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Now let's get to the end of this video. Quick disclaimer. I just want everyone, every viewer, every subscriber that is watching my channel to understand that I am using things that I already have. I have not purchased anything. I have reconfigured my whole entire living room, just transformed the whole entire space by just changing the furniture around. Again, when you change the furniture around in your space, you change the energy, you change your life, you change the outcome. Everything changes once you make just subtle, simple changes. Stuff as simple as just changing your furniture around moving a plant pot, just reconfiguring the entire space, you will feel so light. You will feel such a huge difference in the space. Again, I like to change things consistently because I like it to feel new. So when you change things around, it feels new, it feels fresh, it feels clean. And again, I am using things that I already have, guys. It does not take a lot. I am still using that same gallon of paint. If you follow me in my last video where I painted the neighbor's front door, this is the same gallon of paint, y'all. All I'm doing is touching up and refreshing, trying to stretch this paint. And when I say stretch, I mean stretch this paint until I can't stretch it no more because I don't have any money to buy paint. But I'm making it do what it do. Trust and believe, your girl always got a plan. So please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the video. Now let's get back into today's video. Now I had to go and reconfigure this rug, and if you know, you know. This is the same rug that I have used in previous videos. No, I have not purchased a new rug. Does it fit the space? Absolutely not. I am in the process of saving my coins to purchase a new rug, but for right now, I am using what I already have. The rug is perfect for what I need it to be perfect for. So I'm just going to make it do what it do. If you have a rug and it does not exactly fit your space, don't beat yourself up about it. Use what you have until you can get what you need. And by all means, take your time when you are purchasing items because you want these pieces to be forever. Nobody wants to keep running out, spending money just because a trend comes or an influencer comes and tells you that you need to get rid of your old stuff and buy new. If you buy fine quality pieces, you will not need to swap them out and change them as often. This area rug, I got it from Home Goods. I believe it was on the clearance. I paid maybe $150 for it many years ago. I have scrubbed it. I have vacuumed the life force out of it. I have done everything that I possibly could to this rug, and it is still standing. It is still holding. And you don't have to buy rugs from Home Goods. They have them at Ross. They have them at Burlington. They have so many beautiful rugs and beautiful selections. All you need to do is pull the trigger. Save your coins so that when you are out and about and you are out in these big box stores or these small little stores that sell all these housewares, you are able to pull the trigger. So save your coins so that when you are ready to purchase a rug, you can do so right in that present moment. Because again, with these stores like Burlington and Ross and TJ Maxx, as I expressed before, if you wait to go back to purchase the rug, it won't be there. If you're going to buy a rug, you need to buy it right then. Pull the trigger when you see it, because stores like Ross, TJ Maxx, even Home Goods and HomeSense, they don't have them. You go back after you done got your little money together, or saying you're going to wait till payday or wait and come back at another time. And as soon as you go back, that item is gone. So pull the trigger, get what you need to get right when you need to get it, and just do what you need to do. Don't settle. If you need to save your coins and you need to take just a little while longer to just get the rug that you really want, just pace yourself. Pack your patience and just pace yourself. It'll all come together if you just take your time. Buy what you need and what you want for your space. Don't settle and just get something just for right now, saying that you're going to replace it later, because 9 times out of 10, you probably won't. Now we're going to take that TV and put it on the opposite wall. So here I am with my handy dandy stud finder, y'all. I am going to be completely 100% transparent. I did have the TV previously on this wall before. So I sort of got like a cheat sheet, like a cheat code, because it's already holes in the wall. Even though I repaired the wall, the hole is still in the stud, and all I did was go back to where the hole previously was. Now, with my TV mount, it has a leveler on there that's built in. So it was so easy to just put this wall mount up and hang that television up. Y'all, I'm using my little handy dandy ratchet. And again, like I said, I was able to get this done by myself by just using one simple tool to hang this television, and not only hang the television, but get it exactly in the stud where it needs to go. Because when you are mounting heavy items, it is so important. Hear me and understand what I'm saying. When you are hanging items such as a television, it needs to go into the stud, or your TV is going to fall off of the wall and it's going to make a mess. You're going to be so upset because not only are you going to destroy the wall, if the TV falls and hits the ground, you're going to also destroy the TV. So guys, make sure, and you see me, I'm struggling to make sure that I get it tight in that stud. Make sure that the screws are in the stud. This is the socket that I used to get the screws in. I don't know what it's called. If it's 3/8, 1/8, I don't know what it's called, y'all. I just know that it does what I needed to do when I needed to do it. And because it has like this attachment where you can, I don't know, it's like a click, it's a little button on it that helps you to be able to maneuver and get that screw in there tight. It allows just for free movement for you to get that screw in the stud where it belongs. Now, y'all, with my coffee table and my sofa table being on casters, which means it has wheels on it, it made things so much easier for me to be able to move this table around from one place to the other place. And again, this table came from American Signature Furniture. I will leave a link in the description box below. It is an absolutely beautiful table, and I have the matching sofa table, which I have used in multiple spaces. I mean, it says sofa table, but I have used it for so many different things, y'all. I mean, like I said, when you are decorating, you're going to use what you have. Sometimes you may need to go in another room, pick items up from one room, or something that you may need to use that may be in your bedroom you want to use in your living room. Switch items around, y'all. It makes everything so much easier. I always stress, shop your home first before you run out to these stores and spend money just guessing. Because a lot of times when you don't have like a good design eye, you buy things thinking that it's going to look good in the space, and then you get it home and it look all disconjointed. It don't go with the vibe, or it just throws the space off. So take your time when you are picking your pieces, y'all. And like I said, if you have to wait and save your coins to get the items that you really want, save your money. Now, if you watch me in a previous video, I told you about those two pieces of artwork that were previously on this wall that I painted myself. They were old pictures that I had got from HomeSense many years ago, and all I did was just simply paint over them. In a previous video, I showed you exactly how I did it. So I'm going to leave a link in the description box below so that you can see that video. But here, I'm doing something a little different, using that same artwork that I previously painted. I am just going to rehang that artwork, but in a different setting, because again, we want to change the vibe in this space. We want to change the energy in this space, but we also want to keep using what we already have. Here I am. I'm just screwing 2 little nails into the spot. Just to support the picture. I didn't want to make too big of holes in the walls because again, I just spent all that time using that dry decks and sanding those walls smooth. So I'm trying to make things a little bit easier for myself and a little bit more convenient for myself. So when I move, it's not so much that I have to patch or fix. So here I am showing you exactly what I mean. This picture is actually 2 of them, but I had them vertical. To change the space, I am going to hang this picture horizontally. Now, as you can see, it gave a whole different vibe, a whole different look. It filled up the wall. It filled up the space perfectly. It is sitting in the center of my sofa. It just worked so well. And again, all I did was take the previous portraits that I had repainted and flip it from vertical to horizontal. Now, I wanted to bring some more light into my living room. So these little babies right here, they came from Amazon, y'all. And when I say they have the prettiest, softest glow ever, and it just creates more light in my space, and it just brings the space to life, made it more cohesive. And these little lights came in a set of 2, I believe, for less than $25 off of Amazon. I will make sure that I leave a link in the description box below, but they worked out perfectly in this space. The light fixtures have these little buttons where you can adjust the light from warm to cool, and it even had a little button on the side so that when you walk past it, it automatically comes on. It comes with these little pieces that you can either screw in, and it has these little tabs that you can tape it to the wall. Again, I am trying not to put more holes in the walls than I need to. So for now, I'm just going to use that adhesive strips to hold up the LED little light fixtures for now. In 30 seconds, I was able to get that strip up there and hang the light. And just look how beautiful that looks on the wall, y'all. Small things make a huge impact in your space. Again, all I did was flip the picture from vertical to horizontal. And these are the little sticky tabs, like the self-adhesive tabs that came with the light fixtures. They're double-sided, so it's sticky on both sides. Now I had another little trick. I wanted to bring this wall up a little bit. These are the same mirrors that I used in a previous video for my bedroom, In my bedroom, I believe I only hung 4, but I originally had 6 of them. So I wanted to do something different to my living room. They say that when you have a small space, mirrors make your space look so much larger. So we are going to turn this small wall into a nice little wall full of mirrors. So again, I'm trusting the process, y'all. I'm doing what I think is right. I'm not sure if my measurements is off. When I tell you doing this wall of mirrors, girl, it gave me the fever. You hear me? I was so irked and so annoyed. I'm not even going to hold y'all. Like, this took my patience to a whole nother level. Like, if I had any patience left, this mural took all of it. It took every little bit of me, every little drop that I had. But I was determined to get this project completed, to tie my living room and tie everything in to the space to make it look cohesive. And if you look slowly, I believe it's to the right side of you, you'll see the other piece of wall art that I had in the living room hanging up in my hallway. And yes, I'm using these metal anchors because I don't want my mirrors to fall off the wall and scare me half to death. So, and I don't want to break my mirrors. These mirrors came from IKEA and they don't even have these mirrors anymore, y'all. I tried and I searched all over for them. But I will leave a link in the description box below. Amazon does have something similar. So again, as I stated before, the other piece of wall art is hanging in the hallway with a picture light over top of it. So again, multi-purposes, reusing what you already have. And yes, the picture in the living room is hung horizontally, but the picture in the hallway is hung vertically. So finally, after about 35 minutes of trying to get this first mirror up here with my handy dandy leveler, I realized that it was a little crooked, but I just had to just readjust the mirror just a little bit, and I was able to get this mirror up here straight, and it just changed the whole narrative of this living room. My living room looks so different. It looks so much better. It looks so big, and it just looks, I don't know, it just looks so rich and so grand in this living room with these mirrors up on this wall. So if you are able to purchase some mirrors, try this little design hack, y'all. You won't be disappointed. Yes, it does take a little bit of time. Yes, you do need to have patience. Yes, are you going to put extra holes in the walls and make mistakes? Absolutely, because I know I did. But I did eventually go back in and refill the holes and, all the mess that I made, because I didn't want to leave it a mess. So here's what I came up with. This is just 3 of the mirrors. Again, I have a total of 6. And again, I told you there is trial and error. Here are the extra holes that I made in the wall, all the mistakes. I just filled them up because I was trying to line the mirrors up evenly so that everything came out proportioned and cohesive. Now I got the one side of the mirrors up on the wall. I had to take them down because I wanted the other side to match. So here's a little handy dandy hack. When you buy a TV mount, some of them come with this template that you can use so that you get your screws lined up and evenly. So I'm just using this little paper template to line my screws up evenly on both sides so that I get my mirrors up evenly on both sides. Again, I'm hanging 6 mirrors, so I got 3 that I've already hung. Yes, I took them down because I didn't want any mishaps, or I don't know, I do things a little backwards sometimes, but it all comes together in the end. That's all that matters, is the finish. So I'm using this little paper template to line the holes up so that I have the mirrors even on both sides. So sometimes I second guess myself. So I just wanted to make sure that everything was lined up and even. So this is what the mirrors look like, y'all. I think I got them up there pretty good. So I'm still trusting the process, but so far so good. Now, after 2 hours of blood, sweat, and tears and a whole lot of frustration, I was finally able to get all 6 of these mirrors up, y'all. I did the best that I could with what I had. I know they ain't up there perfect, but it was good enough for me. Now, I told y'all I was the queen of the vacuum cleaner. So after we got everything up, after we got everything together, now I'm just going in and putting the finishing touches on everything, making sure that I left no residue behind, no drywall crumbs, as I call them, no debris, no dust, no dirt. And again, I'm vacuuming the space first because I want to clean my tables and my mirrors off. Sometimes when you vacuum, it leaves behind dust, and I don't want any of that dust and debris to get up on my mirrors or on my table. So I'm simply just running my vacuum first. And then after I finish running the vacuum, I'm going to go back behind myself and re-wipe down my tables, my mirrors, my television, my sofa table, and so forth and so on, just to make sure that everything is clean, fresh, and the finished product is pristine. Y'all, I was exhausted. When I say tired, I was tired as hell. But I wanted to get this video out for y'all, so I'm just going to keep going. Yes, I have an issue with perfection. I like everything to look showroom sharp. And again, I love for my living room to look pristine. But y'all, we spend a lot of time in this living room. Don't sleep on the fact that this furniture is cream. We spend a lot of time in this living room, me and my family, watching TV, watching movies, eating crabs, just having a good time, busting it up, playing card games, playing all kinds of board games. We get it in. This is not a museum. I just like it to look nice and look good, but it's still a very functional space that we use on a continuous basis. Now, again, remember I told you about that vinegar and water? Y'all, when I was growing up, when I was young, my mom used to make me clean all of her glass. And when I tell you it was a pain in the behind, it was a pain in the behind. I had to actually make the vinegar solution, and my mom she was on it about the consistency, the amount of vinegar that I used. But when I tell you, vinegar and water will clean your glass. Oop, yeah, I was wiping a little too hard. I was going in just to make sure that I got all the drywall crumbs and all the dust off the mirrors, y'all. But when I tell you that vinegar and water will have your mirrors sparkling, they will have your mirrors sparkling. Another trick that you can use if you don't have vinegar and water, which I learned in cosmetology school many years ago, when people did go to school and everybody didn't attend Google University, you can also use rubbing alcohol. I remember in hair school, at the end of the day, we had to cleanse everything and wipe everything down back in the day with rubbing alcohol, especially our mirrors, and they came up just as clean and just as beautiful. So again, here you see me using vinegar and water, and when I say clean, those mirrors were clean. So after finally getting everything done, guys, here is what the space now looks like. I hope that you have enjoyed today's video. Guys, with a whole lot of patience and hard work and reconfiguring, you can turn any space into a serene, comfortable haven for yourself, for your family. Just moving furniture around from one wall to the other. Again, we are not our parents. We have options. We can move things around, whereas though our parents never moved the furniture. As a matter of fact, they had that hot, nasty, hard plastic on it, trying to preserve that furniture for as long as they could. We not doing that. We are buying pieces that are machine washable so that we can wash these fabrics, and we are actually living in our homes, even though they look beautiful, even though they have a museum feeling. We are still operating and functioning in our spaces and utilizing our spaces as quiet time, family gatherings, you name it. These spaces, just because they look beautiful, don't mean that they don't function well. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. And this is what the space looks like at night, y'all. It wasn't too dark, but it was getting pretty dark. So I wanted you to see what the space looked like in the daylight and what the space looked like as we were going into the dawn or into the evening. It's just, the space is so beautiful with warm glow from the candelabras, the candles, the light fixtures on the wall, the mirrors that completely opened up this space and transformed this space. And yes, I didn't realize that I had one on cool and one on warm, but y'all get the gist. Y'all understand. Just trust the process. It worked out fine. But here is the completed living room at night. Again, soft glow, illumination from the window, and the whole space reconfigured and transformed.